Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Three Sports, sort of a podcast YouTube channel where we talk about three major sports: baseball, basketball, and football. And we have three members of the channel: myself, George, Caden, and RJ. So we're back with another baseball video today, an MLB video where we do MLB, NFL, and NBA. The NFL preseason has started, so you may see a video coming out at some point before the beginning of the season. Talk about maybe some predictions. I'm not sure. Lots of ideas I have, or that we can come up with. But this video. We're going to be going over the Heart and Hustle Award winners for the MLB and asking if they are the right pick. Are these people? So are the people that have been selected for this Heart and Hustle Award? Are they the right ones for the job? So each team out of 30 teams, there's one player from each team that gets this award, and they get it, if they from their passion for the game and their work ethic, how hard they play. You see it right there, heart and hustle. Like, how much do they like the game? How much do they show that they really enjoy playing baseball? The hustle, the effort, that work ethic, all that. So, we're going to be asking ourselves, are these 30 picks, one per team, the right ones? So, the first team, the Baltimore Orioles, they have Gunnar Henderson. So, Gunnar Henderson, he's an amazing player. I mean, rookie of the year last year for the Orioles, and he's made so many great plays at shortstop. He's a great player all around. He's a great hitter as well. He definitely shows that effort in the field and has great hitting stats. I think Gunnar Henderson is probably the best person for this award. The only other guy you could possibly look at is Adley Rutschman. I think Adley Rutschman, I think, is definitely a big contender for this. But Gunnar Henderson, I agree with the pick. I think he's the right guy for this. My secondary pick will probably be Adley Rutschman, but this is what the Orioles have. The Boston Red Sox is Jarren Duran, and I can definitely see this because, I mean, he's been getting better. He's kind of a young player as far as his career goes, and he's got a lot left to do. I think he really enjoys the game of baseball, and he's a great player. He plays really well. We saw that, All-Star game home run. He was the All-Star MVP, All-Star game MVP, so for this 2024 All-Star game, and so he's a great player. I think he's probably the right person for the Boston Red Sox. Also, if you guys in the comments would like to give your opinion on whether somebody who has been picked may not be the right guy, there might be someone that you think should be picked instead of him, make sure to put that down in the comments. I'm going to give my opinion, but you guys can give your opinion if you want to as well. The Chicago White Sox, they have Andrew Vaughn. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure, who on the White Sox, who other than Andrew Vaughn will get this. But Andrew Vaughn's one of the better players in the White Sox. I think he's maybe having a down year this year, but I think overall, Andrew Vaughn, he's played well. I think he's their first baseman. I'm pretty certain, and I don't see any problem with having him as the Chicago White Sox award winner for the Heart and Hustle Award. I'd also like to mention that there's an overall winner. So out of the 30, one person is the overall Heart and Hustle Award winner for the MLB. But that will not come out until November, that one person. So I'm going to be giving my own personal opinion of who that is at the end of this video. So stay tuned to see who I think it is. And also put down who you think is going to be in the comments. The Cleveland Guardians, it is Jose Ramirez. I 100% agree with this. He has so much effort in his slides, the way he plays the game, his hitting. I think he enjoys the game too. Really good third baseman. You've seen just so many head first slides into home and just trying to find a way to score, find a way to get on base, find a way to manufacture runs. And Jose Ramirez is a great guy for that. And I think the Cleveland Guardians, he's definitely the right person for this team. I definitely think so. I mean, if you see highlights, you see all that kind of stuff, it's got to be Jose Ramirez. The Detroit Tigers have Riley Green. So Riley Green, he was an all-star for the Tigers. I don't really think you'd have anyone other than him. Good player. I think he's a left fielder. So Riley Green is the Detroit Tigers. Some of these players I haven't really seen too much of their stats and like what they do, but I know Riley Green's a good player, and I think he probably does deserve this selection for the Tigers. Next, for the Houston Astros, you have Jeremy Pena. I think okay. Jeremy Pena is a great player. I mean, he definitely shows the heart in the game, and he shows the hustle. I'm telling you. You watch him. He's a rookie, like I think 2022 rookie. And it's a video. And so this is the Heart and Hustle Award video, Luke. Oh, the hustle. Heart and Hustle. So like each team gets one guy on their team. So Jeremy Pena, I think he's the right guy because you see he loves the game. He plays it hard. He's got a great passion for the game, and he plays very hard. He hits it, drops the bat, runs as fast as he can to first every single time. Plays some great baseball, and I think overall you have to have Jeremy Pena as the guy for the Astros. What? So the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. He is just a great player. I mean, everywhere in the field, all aspects. He's bats. I think he has like the highest average right now in the MLB as of when I'm making this video. He has, he plays an amazing shortstop. He has so many awesome plays. He has some great hits, and overall, he plays, super well. Everything he does, and he definitely loves the game and is happy to be where he is now. And I think that's something you gotta appreciate. The way Bobby Witt Jr. plays, you've got to appreciate how he does that. So that's a pretty great thing for that with Bobby Witt Jr. But now we go on to the Los Angeles Angels, Logan O'Hoppe. So Logan O'Hoppe, I'm pretty sure he got hurt last season, but whenever I saw him, he was the guy on the Angels who was producing runs. He was the guy who I saw, like, whenever he's in the game, he's doing something crazy. I got notifications from the MLB saying, oh man, like, O'Hoppe, O'Hammer, or something like that. He gets a home run. Like, Logan O'Hoppe, he's a great player. I think he's a good guy to choose for this award. I personally think you got to have Logan O'Hoppe as the man for the job. The Minnesota Twins, you have Willie Castro. I don't really know too much about Willie Castro, but I believe he's either the second baseman or the right field. I'm pretty sure he plays on the right side of the field. Willie Castro, I'm not going to argue with this pick because, there isn't really anyone else. Now, Byron Buxton really shows the hustle, I think. He shows the big-time effort hustle. But I'm sure Willie Castro is also a great pick for this. I kind of think you might want to have Byron Buxton. I think he really enjoys playing the game, and he hustles a lot, makes some great plays in the outfield. I personally think you might want to have Byron Buxton as the pick here. But Willie Castro is who it is. So that's who they chose, and I'm sure they really followed his what he does. They probably got a better, like, more personal look into his work ethic and everything that I'm able to do. But Willie Castro is with the Minnesota Twins selected. The New York Yankees is Anthony Volpe, who plays shortstop for them, and he was a rookie last year. Got to play for his home team. Which I think really makes him enjoy the game, and he really shows that he likes to play baseball. He's the same thing as Jeremy Pena. When he hits the ball, drops the bat, and runs. He plays very hard, makes tons of great plays at shortstop. I mean, he was a Gold Glover last year, so you have to have Anthony Volpe. You got to have him as the Yankees, as the Yankees Heart and Hustle Award winner. Everyone that you have. I think it really does go to Anthony Volpe. The Oakland Athletics have Mike Schumann. So I actually watched like Mike Schumann 2023 highlights, and it started off with him in the minor leagues. So that tells me, yeah, Max Schumann just came up very recently to the big leagues, but he plays very well. I mean, I watched this. I mean, I saw like this amazing diving catch at shortstop from Max Schumann. You know, hit some big home runs. His first big league home run was his first big league hit. So his first hit was a home run, which is pretty cool. Max Schumann. I'm not gonna argue with the pick. I can't name anyone else that would be better for this award. Brent Rooker plays really hard, but I think Max Schumann is probably a good person for this. Now we go on to the Seattle Mariners. You have Cal Raleigh, who is their catcher. I think that is a good pick, but I think Julio Rodriguez might be just a little bit better pick. I think Julio Rodriguez definitely has the heart. He loves the game. He plays hard. He always has a smile on his face. And he definitely hustles. He goes after balls. He, makes some great plays in the outfield. He got some great hits. But I will say, Cal Raleigh is a good catcher. He plays hard. He hits the ball well. I mean, Cal Raleigh's a good guy. But in my opinion, I think you got to have Julio Rodriguez as the guy that wins this award. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But Cal Raleigh is not a bad person. He's definitely a contender for the award. The Tampa Bay Rays, they have Richie Palacios. Which another guy who I know who Richie Palacios is. I just haven't seen much of his playing. But I don't really, I can't really tell you anyone else who might have that. I might say Randy Rosarena, although he got traded actually recently to the Mariners. But Richie Palacios, I have no arguments to this pick, and I can't really name. I can't really name anyone else that would obviously be in place of Richie Palacios. So there you go. The Texas Rangers have Marcus Semien. I think that's a great pick. I mean, he definitely shows the effort of the game. And he also, he likes the game a lot. He plays hard. He is a great player, a good second baseman. Played for the team for a while. He's a really good player too. And I think, if you show, like, here's the difference. Like, if you show a ton of effort and you love the game, that's really going to help you. If you have that, but you're also really good, that's an amazing combination. And Marcus Semien has that. I think it'd probably be between him and Corey Seager, and I think Marcus Semien might be the guy. And you might have to have Marcus Semien there. So I agree with this pick. Toronto Blue Jays, Dalton Varsho. I also agree with this pick because I think he plays really hard. He's kind of an underrated player in my opinion. Like, he bats lower in the lineup, but he gets lots of hits. He's a very productive player. He makes great plays in the outfield. I mean, great plays in the outfield. This guy, I think he's kind of an underrated player, and I think he is the right guy for this award. I mean, he's a great player. Plays very hard. Dalton Varsho, that's a good decision. Christian Walker for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to be honest, I think Corbin Carroll, because Corbin Carroll makes like so many good plays, like just lays out. Now Christian Walker makes some great plays at first. Don't get me wrong, he really does. And I think Corbin Carroll also really enjoys the game. A lot of the rookies, I feel like a lot of the rookies enjoy the game more than the guys who have already like been there for a little while. But Christian Walker is not a bad decision for this, and he does make some great plays. He has the hustle in there. He has the hitting too. Remember, like, Heart and Hustle Award winner is not going to go to the best player on the team. It's going to go to the guy who just overall is a great teammate, who loves the game, who he's shows the hustle and the effort. So that's the thing about Christian Walker. Arizona Diamondbacks, great pick. All right, so now we go on to the Atlanta Braves. Austin Riley, the third baseman for them. He's a great guy for this. I mean, he Sorry. Uh, Austin Riley, third baseman for the Atlanta Braves. He is a good guy for this. He hits the ball. He definitely plays really hard. Makes some amazing plays at third base. I think he. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of thought about this. I do think he's the right person. Ronald Acuna Jr. is super good, but this specific award, I think Austin Riley probably takes it the way he plays. I think Austin Riley does take it. I agree with this pick. The Chicago Cubs, Nico Horner, I 100% agree with this pick. I see so many amazing plays from Nico Horner, and I definitely see the effort, and we see this picture right here. I mean, he's having fun with the game. It's awesome. Nico Horner is a great player. He's second baseman. He makes some amazing plays. He gets some big hits, comes up clutch for the Cubs. I think this is a great pick for the Chicago Cubs, and I definitely 100% agree with it. Cincinnati Reds, Jonathan India. I also agree with this. Jonathan India is the guy who I only really started knowing the players on the Reds since 2 years ago, but I always knew Jonathan India was on the team. He's usually in that leadoff spot. He plays hard. He plays a good shortstop. He runs hard. Jonathan India. No objections to this. Elliot Cruz is super fast, and he has that speed. He has that, definitely has the hustle. I think he does genuinely enjoy the game as well. But I think Jonathan India, I think he's been in the league for a while, and I think he does enjoy the game. Joey Votto, I don't know if they would have had him there. Did he retire? I don't think he retired yet. But anyway, Jonathan India, I agree with the pick. There's a lot of guys you could have. It's the Reds, but I agree with this pick. Brenton Doyle for the Colorado Rockies. I don't know who else you would have for this. I think he's got to be the guy. He makes some amazing plays in center field. He really hustles. He really, goes after the ball in the outfield, and that's the right guy for this award. I definitely think so. Los Angeles Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. There are so many people you could have for the Dodgers to win this award. I think Teoscar Hernandez is a good pick. I mean, there's so many different people you could say. So I can't really choose one person to give it to. But Teoscar Hernandez, he won the home run derby. And I mean, he was always a good player on the Blue Jays, but he's really stepped it up. He's on the Dodgers. He's really stepped it up. He's had some clutch moments. He's had some great plays in the outfield. He's just played all around very well, and I do think he enjoys the game a lot. And I think he definitely shows that hustle and shows that he plays super hard, and whatever he's doing well. And he's really, I mean, I saw he played well in the Blue Jays. I think he played in the Mariners too, but now he's playing a whole new level. I feel like. I mean, he's doing great. Miami Marlins, Jake Burger. Jake Burger, I never actually used to know much about him. I just thought, the Burger, the last name, was kind of something that sticks with you. You remember it, to be honest. But Jake Burger is a great, he has some big home runs, lots of big hits. He comes up clutch. I think that part of him does enjoy the game. I think he's either a third baseman or a first baseman. He's a corner infielder. And it's the Miami Marlins. So I have no objections. I think Jake Burger's probably the guy, the right pick. So Milwaukee Brewers, Willy Adames. This is also a really hard one, but I'm gonna be honest. Willy Adames is a good hitter, a good shortstop, but I personally think Sal Frelick should get the award. I mean, Sal Frelick's hustle in the outfield and his plays, and I think he was a rookie last year. He has big hits, and he's just a cool player to watch. I think he has something, watching Sal Frelick, he plays well, he plays hard, and he enjoys the game, has fun. He really gets pumped up for big plays, and he makes some great plays, hustles in the outfield. I personally think Sal Frelick is the guy that you want to have in this award, but Willy Adames is not a bad pick. Willy Adames is a good pick, and so I'm not going to argue with it, but I do think Sal Frelick should probably be the guy that is here. That makes it like 3 picks I don't really agree with, but the rest, I mean, I definitely agree with. I'll be honest. New York Mets, Francisco Lindor. I think you gotta have Francisco Lindor here. He's just year in and year out makes amazing plays at shortstop and hits the ball well. He's a consistent player. He's a great player, and he definitely has fun with the game. He has the heart in the game, and I think he definitely has the hustle. I mean, he has both aspects of the award, and I mean, you know, you gotta think about it. I think he's the right guy. Jeff McNeil is a possible other contender for that. I think Jeff McNeil really puts in a lot of work. He has a lot of effort. He plays a good second base. But overall, I think Francisco Lindor is the right pick for the Mets. Philadelphia Phillies, Edmundo Sosa. I mean, I think he plays second base. I don't know. Everyone the Phillies could have as their Heart and Hustle Award winner. I just don't know if it would be Edmundo Sosa. I have everyone you're gonna have. You know, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good player. He plays hard, but you have guys like Alec Boehm on the team. Alec Boehm. Now, one thing about Alec Boehm is he really, really cares and wants success. But that's not always like the heart. He definitely has a ton of hustle. Alec Boehm plays very hard. And he does definitely enjoy the game. You also have Trey Turner who plays really hard. And I think he really enjoys the game. All those like cool slides. He likes playing baseball and he enjoys it too. Edmundo Sosa was the pick. And, you know, there's just a lot of guys you could say. I personally think you go with Trey Turner. I think he has both completely. Edmundo Sosa, I will say, I don't know as much about Edmundo Sosa as I do about Trey Turner, so it's not completely it's not a completely, I don't completely know as much about this specific player than Trey Turner, but I think Trey Turner is a good player. I think if I was picking it, I think I'd have Trey Turner as the guy for that, but Edmundo Sosa was the pick. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Brian Reynolds. I like this pick. I think he's the guy that produces offensively for Pittsburgh. He's the guy that gets hits, that produces runs. He is outfield. You know, he's the guy that is going to do those things a lot of the time. He is probably their number one offensive producer on the team, and he puts it in. And I don't really know anyone else you'd say. I've also noticed there are no pitchers on this team. Pitching is a little bit different because you can definitely have heart, but hustle-wise, yeah, you gotta make good plays. There's just a lot of outfielders and infielders, a lot of position players who are able to do that. I mean, we've only had one catcher, that was Cal Raleigh, and now a lot of outfielders. We've seen some infielders too, but no pitchers so far. So I guess that just kind of, I don't know. And it does make sense, the hustle part of it, though. San Diego Padres, Jackson Merrill. He's a rookie this year, and I do agree with the pick. I'll be honest, I do agree with the pick. Jackson Merrill, he plays hard. He's a rookie, but he's a really good player. Like he comes into the major leagues and plays very strong. Jackson Merrill, was he an All-Star? He may have been an All-Star. I'm not exactly sure, but I know, Jackson Merrill, I know for sure that he's a good player, and I do think he's the right pick. I'm going to be honest, when I saw that, I was kind of surprised. But now looking at the other players on the team, I think Jackson Merrill is the right guy for this pick. Matt Chapman, San Francisco Giants, I completely agree with this. So many gold gloves at third base, and if you get a gold glove at third base, it's because you made some spectacular plays that take a lot of effort, commitment, just throwing your body on the line. And he's made so many amazing plays, so many gold gloves. Matt Chapman, he's also a good hitter, and he gets some clutch hits, and he's a good player overall. Matt Chapman probably is the guy for this job, and so I will completely agree with this pick, San Francisco Giants. It says St. Louis Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. It's kind of hard. I know Brendan Donovan. We see this picture right here of him sliding in to make a catch. That definitely takes effort, the hustle part of it. Paul Goldschmidt's also a great contender, and Nolan Arenado. We just saw Matt Chapman. Nolan Arenado is also a good guy to have here. I think Paul Goldschmidt really has the heart in the game. He really enjoys the game, and he plays a good first base. But as far as like this year, goes, maybe Brendan Donovan does get the award here. I don't know as much about the Cardinals as I do about other teams, but I will not argue this pick. There are a few guys. I mean, I think Paul Goldschmidt would be a good guy for this, but Brendan Donovan's also a great player, and I can't object to it. You go to the Washington Nationals, Ildemaro Vargas. He's not, and that's what I talked about. He's not like the greatest player in the MLB. He's not one of like the best, I'd say, but he's a good player who, gets runs in, and I saw some of his highlights from last year, and saw some good hits. Like it was like 11-1 Phillies, or maybe it was 11-0 Phillies, and he hits a good solid home run. Like he's putting in the effort. He's playing the game to the end, and I think Washington Nationals. I can't name a player who I put ahead of him. Maybe C.J. Abrams. But I don't know as much about the Nationals. Ildemaro Vargas, that's not a bad pick by any means. And that is it. All 30 teams we just went through. So let's go back to. So I talked about I'm gonna choose one guy to be the overall pick. In November they're gonna announce who the number 1 overall pick for this is, and my prediction, and who I think it should be, even if it's not who I think it should be, it has to be Bobby Witt Jr. It has to be. I mean, first of all, talking about the heart, he loves the game, and he really definitely enjoys playing. Lots of a smile and the bubble gum, I guess, you see, and he loves the game. Second of all, hustle, no problems. He goes out to catch balls that a shortstop doesn't usually catch. Usually someone else, he catches it. He makes amazing plays at shortstop. He hits the ball super well, bats for a very, very high average. He's a younger player. He just has a love for the game. And Bobby Witt Jr. has got to be the guy. In my opinion, he's got to be the guy for this overall award. I think Gunnar Henderson's a possibility, and Jarren Duran's a possibility. But nobody possesses the heart and hustle more fully, in my opinion, than does Bobby Witt Jr. So that's my personal prediction for who I think should win the overall award. When it comes out in November, you guys can see if I was right. If you have any predictions, please put them down in the comments. If you agree with what I thought, you can state that. If you disagree or have reasons why you do think that Edmundo Sosa should be the Phillies' pick, then you can tell me. I'm open to hearing all the opinions of all you. So thank you for watching this video. And like I said, there may be an NFL podcast about the new season coming up soon. There may be. I'm not sure. There's a lot of ideas. If you have any ideas or any sports things that you'd like to see us talk about, then make sure to put it down in the comments, and we can get together and try to make it happen. Thank you all for watching, for listening, and I will hopefully see you again.